Definitely, you know, a long road to get to this point. Stuff takes time. My dad, he always say, man, he's so stubborn. Yeah, I'm stubborn, but my stubbornness, that's what got me.
Look at it, John. Look, if you punch, boom, 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 then move. The last, whatever punch is, the last one you move on that side, all right? A lot of sparring, all of the physical straining, running, lifting weights, that's beautiful. But you need to practice on what you have to do, and you have to box. So you should do as much boxing as possible leading up.
Training hard for Tim Tszyu's upcoming battle, Errol Spence Jr. is doing so while Mike Tyson keeps a close eye on him. Legends got ready for a modern boxing match by going to the gym and bringing strength, discipline, and raw energy.
Not try not to pull it back too far, right? Try to do.
After a break of almost 3 years, Tyson is trying hard to get Errol's powerful punch back. Every practice is meant to bring back and improve the crushing effect that is needed for a dangerous response against him.
This jab, like he's been doing in the gym, coming forward, punching to the body with his hard punches and bringing it to the head. I've been through that when you think the further you pull your hand back, the harder you punch, but it's not. Punching comes with relaxation, real good pinpoint accuracy punching. You can hit a guy with pop, boom, let the guy.
Tyson works Spence Jr. out hard because he knows Tszyu will hit right away with pressure. Tyson wants to have stronger legs, faster reflexes, and the ability to throw hard punches. Inside the ring, Spence looks scary and sure of himself again.
That the harder I work, you know, it's gonna benefit, you know, my kids, you know, my mother, my father. So I know it's not just me, and that's one of the things I had to realize again once, you know, once the car accident and, you know, certain things happened, and realize that it's not just me, I'm in there, not just me, I'm fighting for everybody, because everybody's sacrificing their own way.
There you go, control.
And when it gets hard, I'll be like, man, like, I don't know if I can do this. But then I'll be like, my kids deserve better. Now I'm gonna keep working, I'm gonna keep grinding.
Yeah.
Tyson teaches Errol Spence Jr. the famous peekaboo move, stressing the importance of moving the head all the time, tight defensive guards, and powerful counterpunches. The famous style is based on moving the head all the time, having tight defense guards, and counterpunching quickly.
Hitting the bag, right? I see you hitting them when you walk. I want you to do like this. Boom, 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 boom. Just keep boom, 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 boom. How long you can do that? 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. A combination, boom, like punch, boom, 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 boom.
It is not easy for a boxer to fully copy the style of another fighter. Whether it's Mike Tyson or someone else, you need to understand that he has his own way of teaching when you are first starting out. Nobody, not even Mike, can teach us something new that will help us learn this hitting force. It all fits together. As Bruce Lee says, it moves like water. And here's something else. Tyson Fury has said that it doesn't matter if Muhammad Ali, Bruce Lee, or Mike Tyson train him. All three of them together make up a new type of boxing that Mike knows so well that he can do it while sleeping. As Errol Spence Jr.'s camp copies Tim Tszyu's aggressive style, sparring practices stay strict and precise. Spence's training partners push him forward all the time, throw heavy combinations, and force deadly close-range fights. This gets him ready for the fast pace and physical pressure of fight night.
You have to understand, when you're first learning, and he's got a style all his own. Mike comes in, or if anybody comes in and teaches something new, it's tough to pick up. This punching power, it all works hand in hand. It flows like water, as Bruce Lee says. And let me tell you, Tyson Fury said, it doesn't matter if he has Muhammad Ali, Bruce Lee, and Mike Tyson training him. The fact of the matter is, all of those three combined are a novelty of the cuss style, of a boxing style that Mike knows like the back of his hand, and he knows in his sleep.
Errol Spence Jr.'s lessons cover a lot more than just skill. Mike Tyson talks a lot about mindset, dominance, breaking an opponent's rhythm, and putting top fighters in awkward situations by putting constant pressure, confidence, and controlled aggression on them in the ring.
You're on your own. If I miss a tackle, I got someone to get my back. You know, if I drop the ball, someone can pick me up. You know, if Earl drops the ball, that's over. It's over.
Errol Spence Jr. is sparring with a mix of experienced fighters and up-and-coming stars. Each one has its own style, speed, and strength. He can quickly adjust, improve his reactions, and get ready for unexpected exchanges thanks to the different types of pushback. This makes sure he is ready for Tim's constant pressure.
Knows the in and out about fighting, and it's just that we had to transfer that because he's using his legs and elbows and everything, grabbing. So we kind of, I don't know, did a new foundation and made him more elusive. You know, made him more elusive. He throws his punches with just bad intentions. And I used to believe the consistency of the hard punches to the body, to the head, what he's capable of doing.
Oh, that's so beautiful. That's better than all the hard punching in the world. Go ahead.
Just want to see how much he wants and how far he go, how far he wants to go before he says no.
Anthony Joshua, the heavyweight king, says he likes Errol Spence Jr. better for the upcoming fight because Spence has more experience, a higher ring IQ, and can adapt to different situations. Joshua thinks that Spence's disciplined attitude and better conditioning give him an edge, but he also knows that Tszyu is still a tough and dangerous opponent.
You got Anthony Joshua, you like a David Robinson. The whole lineup. You got Ryan Garcia, you like a Mano Ginobili. You know, you got Frank, he like a Tony Parker.
Errol hits the heavy bag with the same intensity even after a long break. He throws quick combinations and shows off his power, accuracy, and top-notch fitness while training.
This here gets pushed. So I think that's why I see, like, if you look at Errol, you can push. I'm rooting for Errol. In this fight, but good luck to both.
Along with physiotherapy, cold baths, stretching routines, and massage work, Spence Jr. also uses cupping treatment to help him get better. These techniques help reduce muscle pain, improve blood flow, and speed up healing time between tough sparring sessions at training camp. For the Tszyu match, Spence sticks to a strict diet that includes lean proteins, few carbs, and plenty of water. He carefully controls how much weight he loses while keeping his strength. This gives him top endurance, lots of energy, and the best recovery during hard training camps.
Tattoos though, so you shouldn't be too scared of needles, right?
Yeah. I'm good on that. I'm just getting my body ready to go out in all-out war because I don't know what he's going to bring to the table. It could be anything. It's all about training your body, you know, physically and mentally to prepare for war. I feel like the greats, whether it's basketball, football, boxing, whatever, you know, they kept focused 100% all the time. And that 1 second you lose focus, that's the 1 second you can either get caught or something can happen. So I believe that's what's gonna keep me at the high level, just staying focused. Because once you lose focus, even in life, once you lose focus.
Tim Tszyu is also getting better at quick, high-level handwork that shows he is focused and wants to be the best. He can't wait to leave. Beautiful. Look, it's nice. At the same time, Spence Jr. says that his long break from fighting gives him time to heal mentally and physically after years of tough competition and personal setbacks. According to the former champion, the time away helps him clear his thoughts, get back on track, and get excited about his upcoming fight against Tim Tszyu.
Older, you know, it gets a lot harder, so it's been a real serious issue for me.
In between each meal, he's got to drink 32 ounces of fluid. He's like, so I got to do this every time? I'm like, yeah.
And the old school is the whole not drinking water, you know, eating less. You know, you're always hungry, you're always thirsty, and then that, you know, affects your mood.
Well, trick to cooking healthy is citrus.
This is my first time, like, going all the way through with a nutritionist. to take care of you and make sure, you know, you drink and you can ask questions.
He just hangs out with his kid, his lady, and he focuses on smashing ahead, you know, on April 16th.
It's a good thing to not having to rely on myself and rely on him to make weight easy. All I gotta do is just focus on the fight and focus on training and working hard.
Brian Norman Jr. thinks that Errol Spence Jr. will knock out Tszyu in their upcoming fight because Spence looks strong, sharp, and fully healed from his break. Norman thinks that Spence's knowledge, ring smarts, and accurate punches will be too much for Tszyu early on, and the fight could end with a knockout. Analysts think that Errol Spence Jr. is too skilled, strong, and experienced for Tim Tszyu, even though Tszyu has been out for a long time. A lot of experts think that Spence's high ring IQ, effective jab, and body attack are key to controlling the pace of the fight. But they said Tszyu's constant pressure and powerful combos would test Spence right away, especially since he hadn't fought in a major fight in 3 years. A few experts think that Spence's class still makes him different from other 154-pound fighters, and that his timing and ability to counterpunch may make Tszyu's type of offense less effective.
You feel like you didn't take too much time off?
Because I was also active, and I was also active as far as, you know, playing soccer, training, playing soccer, and learning soccer. You know, going to the gym, you know, running around, just doing stuff, just being active. And, you know, a lot of the vices that I had in the past, you know, I don't drink anymore. So just a lot of stuff that was slowing me down, you know, it's not anymore. It's not being a vice. I'm more with my family. You know, if I'm not with my family, I'm probably training somewhere, or, you know, I'm probably traveling and seeing the world.
Some fans and observers think there is a big difference in how great Errol Spence Jr. and Tim Tszyu are. They point to Spence's dominant career at the top level and wins over world champions as proof of a higher level. Spence has sparred with big names like Sean Porter, Danny Garcia, and Denis Yugas. He has also fought in undisputed level fights, which gave him practice with being under a lot of pressure. He is known as one of the best boxers of his age because of how well he can control fights with precise jabs, bodywork, and ring IQ. People who agree with this point of view say that Tszyu is dangerous and getting better, but it hasn't yet proven itself to be able to regularly compete at the highest level against the toughest opponents. They think that Spence's experience in high-stakes fights gives him a clear edge when it comes to staying calm, adapting, and finishing off opponents under pressure.
We're going to see a different version of Errol Spence, and I feel like he's going to be better than he was in the past. And what I mean by that is, first round knockout coming soon. And Tim Tszyu is going to sleep, man. The boy ain't got nothing for him. What dude from Australia? My boy, he coming to Australia just to give him the work, you feel me? But back to what I was saying, I just feel like Errol Spence, he's going to be a great fighter. He's doing the thing. I see him in camp. And
Tim Tszyu reacted directly to critics by saying that Spence's performance against Terence Crawford had clear flaws. He said that Spence looked lost when Crawford pushed him and had trouble keeping up his elite-level speed and timing. Tszyu's words show how confident he was going into the match, implying that Spence's reputation is stronger than his recent results. Tszyu said that Spence's defense, response time, and ability to adapt to long-term pressure were all weak after the loss. He thinks that even though Spence has fought tough opponents, his best work has shown flaws that a tough boxer could use against him.
Spence would be too much for Tim Tszyu. I'll say it right now. Tim Tszyu we've seen all of the talks about him bringing Errol Spence back into the fold. I think the game misses Errol Spence. I think boxing needs Errol Spence. And I like this fight, and I like the fact that Tim is obviously coming off a win.
Even though it's not a current champion, like Errol Spence probably wanted, when he first started talking about coming back, he wanted to fight Sebastian Fundora, which now everybody's looking at, he's a hard guy to fight.
Wait a minute.
But that's how Spence is,
No tune-ups.
Right, but even though he's not fighting a champion, Tim Tszyu ain't a tune-up.
Of course.
You know what I'm saying? He's actually a very skillful fighter. He just has some losses now. Yeah. Losing to Fundora, getting stopped or whatever, that hurt him a lot. Even though Spence only has one loss, they're both in the same boat where they need a good name now to put him right back on top because they're right, especially Spence, you're right there.
Tszyu talked about his plans to become a boxer and said that he wants to beat Errol Spence Jr. first before going after bigger fights. If Tim Tszyu beats Errol Spence Jr., he thinks big world title fights and well-known fighters in the super welterweight class will follow. He is sure that his aggressive style and high level of activity will help him become a superstar, and he plans to keep working hard against champions and top rivals.
Not doing that, but they're not in the same boat. Errol Spence lost to arguably one of the greatest fighters of all time.
I understand
and that's his only loss.
And I think he can get a big fight no matter what.
Yeah.
Obviously, Tim Tszyu got to prove himself. But yeah, Errol Spence can have a big fight straight off the bat.
Yeah, I mean, he reigned at 147 for a very long time. And look,
was on the pound for pound list.
He's taken a longer break than I guess people anticipated or that people even want. But let him do what he needs to do in order to get his mind right back into the sport. I'll say it right now, and you can take it to the bank. I'm just saying.
Take it to the bank.
I think Errol Spence would be too much for Tim Tszyu. I think this break is going to serve Errol Spence well. I'm so keen on that. I just think that he needed this break, and we're going to see a great break.
Errol said that after his painful loss to Terrence Crawford, many people tried to stop him from ever fighting again by doubting his ability to get back to where he was. Spence, on the other hand, made it clear that he would not let doubt decide his future or job. He didn't give up. Instead, he stayed focused and rebuilt himself through therapy, training, and self-reflection. Even though the loss was terrible, it turned into something that drove them instead of something that ended their journey. Spence has always said that top fighters are judged on more than just their wins. They are also rated on how they handle losses.
What type of fighter do you expect besides the because of the fact that he hasn't been in the ring for 3 years, and he chose this time to come back and fight you in your backyard?
Yeah, I think he's refreshed, rejuvenated. I hope he is. When he fought Terrence Crawford, I felt like he looked a bit dizzy, So I don't know. So hopefully he's all right. Hopefully he's at his peak. That's what I expect.
What do you think? Is Errol Spence Jr. still strong enough after being laid off to handle Tim Tszyu's constant pressure, or is Tszyu's anger too much this time? Write your guess in the comments.